Hi, this is Kathi from Kathi's Creations, and I'm here to share with you a finished mini book that I just finished, and I used the Graphic 45 paper line, and the paper line that I used for this project was called the Tropical Travelogue. And it really was a lot of fun to put together. I also got this idea for this mini book, and it's a very simple mini book, but it's really fun, simple, and I really enjoyed it. And the mini book that I did use, and this is what my book looks like right here. And so I did a lot of fussy cutting here on the front. I cut out all the leaves from part of the paper line, and this lady's just gorgeous. And I cut out this beach sign, and I kind of stacked it together. And the binding, I just did the size of the paper that was called for, but then I ran it through a Tim Holtz embossing folder and created the one that has all his travel embossing on it. And so I added that. This is the back of the paper. But what I added to make this so it was more pliable, it would stand a lot more bending, was I used the product, and it's by a Ranger product, but it's by Claudine Helmuth Studio Multimedia Matte. And so that's what I used on this project to seal the binding, the spine. And I really like that product. The other product that I also used for that same type of scenario is Mod Podge, but I actually like the look of the glue and seal, or this matte finish by Claudine Helmuth much better. So anyway, I had fun. So as we open it up, this is my first 2 pages, and there's a total of 4 basic pages to this book. And I made, using a Stampin' Up! Punch, I made flowers out of the paper line. I added glossy accents to several areas on this page, and this was the lei that she had in her hair. That's what I actually used. I used a Recollection bling, used a Stampin' Up! Button for the center of that flower. This is just I got this in a swap, and it's just a pearl embellishment. And I made this a pocket, and so what I have in the pocket is a journaling spot. Could put a photo on the back, but also these are photo mat or journaling. If you had a lot to say about the trip, that would be a really great place to put them. And so they slip right back into the pocket. And then I made, on the second page here, or actually it's the first page, I made 2 very large photo mats out of the paper line. You could add journaling. But I also did fussy cutting of the lady with the umbrella. I just think she's just so elegant. But these slip back into the belly band, and at the bottom here I attached this with so that the photo mats can't slip through, but I use glossy accent on her hat, her eyes, her mouth, and around the parasol. And just real simple, fun little album to make. Next page, I just have a photo mat, a journaling spot, added some recollection bling. This paper was real busy, so I didn't add anything else. This page, I used a rub-on sticker, and it says Bliss, but this is also a place that she can slide a 4x6 photo underneath. So the next page, I made a waterfall, and this is just purely for fun. And it just shows various different birds from the paper collection. And then the very last says Paradise, and it talks about the Tropical Travelogue. So that was a lot of fun to create. Just an interactive part to the book is all this was. I need to, I think, fix this page because it actually likes to catch on the little sign. Now the next page was a lot of fun to create, and actually the original was made with toilet paper rolls. I decided to use some glassine bags that I had, and so the glassine bags actually are holding 2 photo mats and journaling, and they can hold a lot more memorabilia, so if you have any ticket stubs or anything, these would be a perfect place to store them. And it's just, and I used rub-on stickers just on a few of these because I thought the paper line was so pretty. I used most of the paper for that. So on the back of this one, I had some bling from Recollection, and they were actually a set of 3 different circles, and they're different sizes. Inside this circle, I added flower from the paper line that I punched out, added a button to the center, and this one also has 2 smaller circles, and I added a rub-on flower in the center. And this one says Imagine. 2 rub-on stickers. Flip it over, and on the back it has 1 circle with a rub-on flower in the center. So this was a lot of fun to create, and because it's bigger than the toilet paper rolls, they don't actually sit next to each other. I actually had to put 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and so it kind of flows that way. But fun. The next page, I made a couple of photo mats or journaling spots for out of the paper line. Then added some, these are I Am Roses flowers, and these are, I then distressed them with the Tim Holtz scattered straw, added some brads to the centers to hold the flowers together, and called it okay. Now the next page, I added an acetate sheet that had a little bit of a design, added another paper flower that I made from the paper line. This is a photo mat or journaling on the back, and then on the bottom I fussy cut it out of the paper line, and it just says aisle . is giving it a street sign from the islands. Then it says Island Adventure. And this page has, this was a whole page. This one I cut in half and made separate out of the photo, out of the paper line. I added a little book. Flip it over, there's a belly band with a couple, another insert. On this half, I added another smaller belly band, blah blah blah, can't talk, sorry, and I added two things for journaling, photos for the back. And on a lot of these you could also add photos to right there. A lot of fun to create. And then you open up these two half pages, and there are a couple more half pages. I made a pocket, put a couple of more of the paper line, photo mats, journaling, a beach sign. This one is a camera I made from, it's a vintage camera from Tim Holtz, and I went ahead and you can open this up and it says place for a photo, and so you basically, they can still add the photo down there. But not only that, but then you can also use the back of this for holding a photo or journaling as well. And then on this top half, I used out of the paper line, I cut a lattice out of the heavier, it was actually from the back of, I try to use every piece of paper I can, so this is actually the back cover to the paper pad, and it holds a tag, and you could add more than one. I just added one. Could put a photo journaling on the back, and then they flip over. And on this one I made another pocket, fussy cutted this out of the paper line. Then I made a little booklet, and I did this with one sheet of paper, but you open it up and it has places for tags, which I realized I finished it, so I need to finish and put another mat on these, round off the edges and kind of angle the tops. But that's just a book basically of the birds. Really, really nice. And you can put a lot of tags, journaling in there. That slips into a belly band. The next page, I added a large acetate, and this acetate is of island art. And then under that you could add, I have a journaling log, place for a photo on the back, and then this is another photo of the paper line, which you can just kind of leave and put a photo on the back or additional journaling. And then you can also put another place for a very large photo back behind the acetate. And you flip this page over. I've got me stuck. Oh, I know why I'm stuck. Hope I didn't ruin it. I'm really getting good at that. I'm gonna have to repair it. Darn. So, here I made two belly bands, and on this page I put the belly band in the center. This is a luggage tag for journaling. Then I added some more photos from the paper line. I use glossy accents in just kind of several areas. Her mouth, her eyes, part of her hair, and on the fish, and then the words on this one. Place for a photo. On this one I did the lay and the words in glossy accents. And this one I didn't put anything on. And then I fussy cutted a flower, put some glossy accents on it, and I will have to repair it because the two, I did glossy accents on both of them and they stuck together, and that's kind of why I have the little paper look on that one. This is a long belly band, and I have several different papers of journaling photo mats. And then here's a journaling spot right here attached to the belly band. And these are just various different sizes. And I use glossy accents on the flowers, the words, and her hair. I left the lei this time and just did her hair. And then I added a little rub-on sticker to that photo mat. And so you can get real creative with the amount of mats that I made for this one. And I will probably attach these with some type of paper clip because they do like to fall out of this one. You turn over into the last two pages. I have a photo mat with a belly band, so a photo can be stuck underneath there. I made a flower out of the paper line, added a gold button to it, and then another place for journaling. The very last page, which is the back cover, I added a photo mat under an additional belly band, fussy cutted a flower, added glossy accents, but there's just you can place a photo under the belly band. And then I added a flower from I Am Roses. It has distressed ink, scattered straw, a brad for the center. This flower is from the paper line, and I added a bling button to it. And anyway, that is my mini book using the Graphic 45 Tropical Travelogue. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for stopping by and watching, and I will see you on the after the next video. I guess I don't really see you, do I? What a funny concept. Anyway, enjoy your day. Photos will follow of the details of each page. Thanks for watching. Bye.